Hello there, folks. XFL Jim here for another weekly roundup brought to you by Patrick and the people. It's XFL Jim on Patrick and the people. That's right, folks. We have the wild, we have the crazy, we have it all for you and your loins, your luscious, lavacious loins. It's time for the weekly roundup with XFL Jim, brought to you by Patrick and the people. All right, folks. I'm Patrick and the people, Jim. Let's get into the football that just happened. Starting, of course, with the NFC. The Eagles win the NFC Championship 55-23 over the Commanders. What a shit kicking by the Eagles. Jalen Hurts played one of his best games of the season. Saquon is Saquon. The defense for the Eagles is elite. Turnovers for the Commanders. Jalen Daniels still looked pretty dang good in my opinion. But the defense for the Commanders and the turnovers were just absolutely brutal. I've seen some people argue online that refs help the Eagles. You don't win by almost 30 points, by over 30 points even, with like the refs' help. This was just an absolute ass kicking. The Eagles dumped all over the Commanders. And my favorite part of the game was the Eagles are on the goal line, trying for the tush push, and Frankie, whatever the fuck, keeps hopping over the line, keeps going off sides, and the refs almost award the Eagles a touchdown just for the Commanders doing a penalty over and over and over again, which I didn't even know was a thing that could happen. So, takeaways from the game, broad scope, good season overall for the Commanders. You're happy for them. Better than what you thought they would be. But you also worry, if you're a Commanders fan, you're worried in the back of your head, will you ever get back here? Like, people say, oh, you'll get back. You guys are set up for success. You're ahead of schedule. But it feels like just like 3 or 4 years ago, we were saying the same thing about the Bengals, and they haven't made it back since. So, I don't know. The AFC is different than the NFC. I get it. It's just hard. It's hard. Saquon is him. He is the truth. He is the life. The centers for the Eagles gutted this out. They were both hobbled, both hurting, and that was a beautiful thing to watch. And the Eagles cruise on their way to another Super Bowl. Nick Sirianni, first Eagles head coach, I believe, to go back-to-back Super Bowls. They'll go to 2 different Super Bowls, I mean. And that's a huge deal because people were talking about firing him as recently as like halfway through the season. So, wild season. Great looking for the Eagles. They are, on paper, maybe like the best team in football right now. But as I'll go in a little bit here, they're going up against a juggernaut. Moving on to the AFC, the Chiefs bested the Bills 32-29, and I know what everyone is going to talk about. 4th and 1 play. The Bills, did they have it? Didn't they have it? It looked to me like they had it. I thought they should have had it and had the potential to go up 2 scores. But the refs, one side judge thinks it's over the line. One side judge thinks it's behind the line. They go with the behind the line. They review it. It doesn't check out. Conspiracies abound. Again, this is why the UFL is so good. They have a fucking chip in the ball and they use it. They know where the line is. They know what they're doing. But that's neither here nor there. I still believe the Chiefs would have found a way to win anyway because that is what the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes do. I have a take here, and we're seeing online all over the place, NFL rigged, Chiefs are getting all these calls, and my take is I don't think the Chiefs get more calls than other teams, but it seems like when the Chiefs get a call, it is extremely consequential. On top of that, every time the Chiefs get a call, they are so good, and Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid are so good that they can capitalize every single time a call goes their way. So every time you see it, that's just it's magnified. The calls always seem to be extremely consequential, and they're so good at capitalizing them. Just fantastic. Other things for the Bills, learn how to do the tush push. Every NFL team out there, besides the Eagles, you guys are good at it. Learn how to do the tush push because you guys are doing it wrong. You're just doing QB sneaks. They're not working. You can't act like a QB sneak is a tush push. They're not the same thing. You need the push. That's like a big aspect of it. And the Bills were trying and failing all night with that. It was not working. Other things, hate taking points off the board. Like literally taking points away. I get why you might want to go for 2 in certain situations, Sean McDermott, but you already had the points from the field goal. You were literally taking points away for the potential to get 1 more. I don't love it. Definitely don't love that. And I don't like how scared McDermott played. Josh Allen, to his credit, played fantastic. He started a little jumpy early in the game, but I think overall, absolutely amazing. And it's just run to the Chiefs. Spags dials up these things that just work, and the Chiefs just have it. I don't know what it is, but they have it. And it's going to be a very interesting game for the Chiefs and the Eagles in the Super Bowl. And that leads us to our Super Bowl, folks. We have the Eagles taking on the Chiefs yet again. As of now, the Chiefs are 1.5-point favorites, but I'm excited for this game for a couple of reasons. I know not a lot of people wanted to see the Chiefs versus the Eagles again. We had the potential to get new blood with the Bills or the Commanders. That would have been awesome, but we have what we have, and we have to deal with it. The Chiefs on the verge of potentially a three-peat, never been done before, and the Eagles go for their second. Both these teams are excellently run systems, and I think that is entertaining in and of itself. I think seeing the two, I would say best, most well-oiled machines going at it for the final game is a good way to cap off the season. I'm excited for it. It's going to be fun. Oh, yeah. That's what I think about the game. And that, of course, leads me to my coaching moves from the NFL. We have Brian Schottenheimer to the Cowboys. I think this just shows that Jerry Jones is gone full senile. He's just running the team. He has a shadow coach. He's the puppet master, after all. Pete Carroll to the Raiders. Love it. Pete always follows Jim Harbaugh. They are conjoined at the hip. It is fantastic. The guy looks super spry for being as old as he is. And I'm excited to see Pete Carroll back in the mix. Liam Cohen to the Jaguars. What a whole mix-up that was. I'm not going to get into it here, but it was very funny how this worked out. Aaron Glenn to the Jets. Good hire. Don't know if it'll work out. It's the Jets. Ben Johnson to the Bears. Good hire. Don't know if it'll work out. It's the Bears. Mike Vrabel to the Patriots. Love that hire. Great coach. Great system. He's got a great quarterback to work with. And there's one team left that doesn't have a coach, and that is the New Orleans Saints. In cap hell. Weird quarterback situation. Probably just need to burn it all down, sell all your assets, and kind of figure it out. And that's where we're at right now, coach-wise. Coach Watch.
Your child can visit steamy jungles, grassy plains, and the dark depths of the oceans to meet and learn surprising facts about the magnificent animals that live there, all through the captivating, colorful pages of Zoo Books, the publication.
Hello, folks. UFL Jim here with the UFL Show, brought to you by UFL Jim.
Can you smell what the XFL is cooking?
Up next, the 27 seed kids' names these days versus ISIS. Since we have a little bit more time on today's episode, I thought I'd go ahead and do a little explanation of what is a gym to everyone who might not know. So, what are the gyms? Gyms are powerful entities representing a source material. XFL Jim, Patrick and the People Jim, UFL Jim, CFL Jim. There's an NFL gym, an MLB gym. There's gyms for everything, which brings me to my next question. How many gyms are there? There's an infinite number of gyms. If you can think of a thing, there is a gym to represent that thing. There are an infinite number of gyms out there in the omniverse. How are they connected? Garages. Very simple. Gyms use garages to sort of interdimensional travel between spaces, dimensions, worlds, so to speak. Garages. Powers? Yes, gyms do have powers. There are many examples of gyms exercising their powers and using them to great effect, actually. Sex? Yes. Yes. Main gym. Some people ask me, who is the main gym? There is the gym above all, the gym, the first gym, the great gym, just Jim, people call him. There, of course, a lot of people associate Rampage Gym as the first gym. XFL Jim is a very original gym, but just Jim is the gym who has not actually been seen in, I believe, over 100 years. So maybe be on the lookout for him. I don't know if he'll appear here or not, but that's something to look out for. Hopefully I answered all your questions. Any others? If there are any other questions about Jim, feel free to leave them in the chat. Feel free to reach out to me on Twitter at XFL Jim, Instagram, anywhere you can find anything. I'm all over. Feel free to ask me anything about gyms. All right, folks, that'll do it for this episode of the Weekly Roundup. Remember, I'm Patrick and the People Jim. This is brought to you by Patrick and the People. Next week's going to be a very fun one. I'm doing a whole Super Bowl prop show where I'm going to go through a whole bunch of props that I love for the Super Bowl. We're going to go deep diving. And then once the NFL is officially done, we're fully going in on the UFL. I'm going to do a UFL explanation video, the rules. I'm going to go through everything about it, and it's going to be a blast. So get ready for that. But right now, we're eyes on the Super Bowl. It's time for Chiefs versus the Eagles, and it's got me feeling so damn good. Oh, mama. Thank you, Patrick and the People. Back to you.